This is Villa View. Coming up, analysis of the defeat against Arsenal, and we talk to Ciaran Clark. Hello and welcome to Villa View. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined in our Fort Dunlop studios by Matt Kendrick. Hi Matt.
Hi.
Well, first up it's the Arsenal game. Poor performance from Villa and a bad defeat really. What was your verdict on the game?
Yeah, it was kind of, they got off to the worst possible start really. Stephen Warnock gave the ball away with his first touch, let Arsenal through for their first chance, and from then on Arsenal never looked back really. They attacked with kind of precision, intricacy and pace most of the game. And Villa just kind of got increasingly nervous. They did come roaring back at the start of the second half when they were already 2-0 down Villa. Obviously Ciaran Clark scored a couple of goals, but I still don't think they deserved anything from the game anyway, and on reflection 4-2 was probably just about fair.
Worrying for Gerard Houllier as well that Villa are conceding a lot of goals at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Conceding 4 goals at home has been unheard of really for Aston Villa, especially because they tend to pride themselves on being defensively solid before anything else. I wouldn't read too much into this particular result because Arsenal themselves were kind of raring to go after a couple of setbacks, so they were really had the bit between the teeth, and when they get going they are a difficult team to defend against, but it is a concern. I think they've only kept 4 clean sheets in the league this season, and like I said, under Martin O'Neill last season, clean sheets were the kind of bread and butter. That was what they were good at.
Okay, and confidence probably be a little bit lower now for Villa ahead of that crucial game against Birmingham City.
I think it probably will be, yeah. It's the first time under Houllier that they've lost back-to-back games. I think they'd probably be more disappointed about the Blackburn game, losing that, because Arsenal are genuine title contenders this year, and there's no real shame in losing to them. I just think it was the manner that Villa lost them that will be the cause for concern. The way they did come back in the second half and have a really good go for perhaps half an hour suggests that may lift the morale slightly, and if you have had a defeat and you need to get back up off the floor, there's no greater incentive than beating your local rivals and trying to get into the semi-final of a cup.
Okay, well thanks for that for now. After the game we caught up with Ciaran Clark, and here's what he had to say.
Did the manager kind of treated at half time? Was it harsh words or?
No, it was harsh words from the lads. The manager didn't have to say anything, but the lads rallied round together and sort of as soon as we came in we knew it wasn't good enough, and people were shouting at each other and sort of trying to say as much as they could to each other to encourage and try and get back into the game, and the experienced lads in the changing room were trying to talk to the younger lads to give them advice, and it's a tough time at the moment because we've lost a couple on the spin, but we've got to be strong mentally now.
Moving on to some transfer news, Aston Villa have shown a little bit of interest in Alan McGregor. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, he's obviously a Rangers and Scotland goalkeeper, and Gary McAllister, Villa's assistant manager, and Rafa Gonzalez, Villa's goalkeeping coach, went to watch him in action at Ibrox in Rangers' 1-0 defeat to Manchester United last week. Gerard Houllier confirmed that was the case when we spoke to Houllier about it on Friday. Villa was still keen to keep Brad Friedel, whose contract runs out next season, but I think they're just looking a little bit medium to long term. Friedel's going to be 40 next May, and he can't go on forever. So yeah, that's one. It's not got any more. It's no further advanced than just checking him out and scouting him and seeing if he fits the bill. Personally, I think there's greater priorities where they need to strengthen at the moment, and I'm sure Gerard Houllier and his new scouting team are aware of that as well. But I still don't think there's going to be a massive amount of business done in January. I think Houllier is hoping that a lot of his injured players will be back by then. He can assess his entire squad for a whole season, and then next summer will be when he really gets down to business with overhauling this squad, I think.
Okay, Matt, well thanks for that today. We'll be back on Wednesday with more Villa View as we preview the game against Birmingham City.